I was scared to turn 18. I worried that my good old days were ending and that by now I was supposed to have everything figured out. My career, my friends, my confidence. Fast forward, I'm 26, living what I'd call my dream life, not just in what I do, but in how I feel. I'm more sure of myself than I ever imagined, but I also made so many mistakes that held me back from getting here sooner. So to save you from learning the hard way, here are 18 cheat codes I wish I knew at 18, shared as I take you through a day in my life in New York City. Lesson 1. You become confident by doing things before you feel confident. The secret to becoming unstoppable? Doing it anyway. I used to think that confidence was something you had before doing something well, but it's the complete opposite. You gain it after doing it, over and over again until you get good. Be willing to look bad because that's the only way to get better. Lesson 2. Be a thinker, not just a doer. Always ask why. Whether something is going wrong so you can fix it, or going right so you can repeat it. This is how you iterate and truly become a leader, so stop living on autopilot. If you don't question things, you can't improve them. Instead of accepting defeat by default and saying, I can't do it, ask yourself, why not? Why not me? Lesson 3. Doing nothing is actually something. I'm someone who really values time, so I felt like I always had to be doing something with it. For some reason, I didn't used to believe that meditation has much benefit. After all, it's just sitting there doing nothing, right? But after I tried meditation, I realized this doing nothing was actually sharpening the saw. When you're constantly chopping away at trees with a dull axe, you're working harder, not smarter. But meditating improves your attention, memory, and emotional regulation. This quote-unquote doing nothing makes you more present, which actually leads you to living your life to the fullest. Lesson 4. It really is that darn phone. Sometimes I find myself irritable or just feeling plain bad about myself. And then when I trace back, there's a correlation. I've been on Instagram for more than 15 minutes looking at influencers' picture-perfect lives. As much as we try to regulate our own thoughts, social media inevitably affects our psychology, and not in a positive way. When I deleted social media for a month while in China, I felt freer and happier than ever. Detoxes might sound cliche by now, but there's a reason they work. I didn't realize how much noise my phone was creating in my head until I stepped away from it. Lesson 5. Rejection is redirection. After years of hard work, I faced rejection from my dream school. Not once, not twice, but 3 times across undergrad and grad applications. That stung. But in hindsight, each rejection turned out to be a gift. A no from someone or an institution doesn't define your worth or abilities. When you give your best and stay true to yourself, rejection simply redirects you toward what was always meant to happen. For example, attending a different college led me to an internship that eventually introduced me to my now fiance. I am so grateful for how life's unexpected twists and turns have shaped my journey. So trust that the universe has a plan for you. Give your all and let the process unfold. Good luck. Wave! I'm trying to pick a veil. Do you want to see? I think this is the one I am eyeing. This is the difference. So cathedral's like this long, royal's this long. Wow, they're so pretty.
What's pretty?
The veils, so pretty. Oh my gosh. Many choices. Etsy is a recommendation because if you buy directly from a boutique, it's like $800, but this is not too bad. I am indecisive about the length though. I'm thinking royal, but I'm worried it's like too long, such that it'll look weird. What do you think? Do you think I should do royal or cathedral? This is me trying on royal for reference. It looks so like royal. So you know what? I'm leaning towards that. Go big or go home, right? But still, tell me your opinion. Lesson 6. Soft skills are more important than hard skills. Fun fact, you won't use 99% of what you learn in school, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't work hard in it. Stay in school, kids. I studied chemical engineering at Caltech, and even during my chemical engineering related internship, I didn't use organic chemistry or complicated thermodynamics formulas at all. The real value of school isn't the formulas, it's the soft skills, problem solving, communication, and adaptability. In fact, most of my advice on my channel is centered around these soft skills because those are what truly set you apart in life. I take it upon myself to always improve too, which is why I've been taking the class Commanding Confident Public public speaking on Skillshare. Thanks so much to Skillshare for partnering with me yet again. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, and it has thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, design, productivity, public speaking, and more. This is the place where you can take your career, skills, or side hustles to the next level. Recently, I attended a comedy show in New York, and I was blown away by how confident the comedians had to be to tell their jokes in front of hundreds of people and risk having no one laugh. Man, that's just crazy. I was curious about how I could find that confidence speaking to other people too, so I was excited to find this class about public speaking that is taught directly by a stand-up comedian. I enjoy how each class is broken up into organized modules and that there is a class project that encourages engagement and growth. So, build your soft skills with Skillshare. The first 500 people who sign up get a free 1-month trial. Just use my link in the description or scan this QR code to check it out. Lesson 7. Money is a tool. Use it. Growing up as an Asian immigrant kid, money always felt scarce. Whether it was sweating buckets because we refused to turn on the AC or buying knockoff knee pads that broke after a few uses, I learned to cut costs in every way possible. But I had to unlearn that mindset when I realized these habits were actually holding me back. Money should be used to improve our quality of life, buy resources, and invest in learning to level up more easily. Be willing to invest in things that offer an outsized return on investment, or ROI. After all, what's the point of having money if you're not using it to your benefit? Exercise time. As you listen, think about which lesson resonates with you the most, then drop a comment below and share why. Lesson 8. Human capital is more important than material goods. As a teenager, I was always wishing to buy new clothes from Hollister like the cool kids instead of always shopping the clearance rack at Kohl's. Nothing wrong with Kohl's, of course. I actually love that store. That's one of my favorite places as a kid. But over time, I realized that the real rewards of my hard work weren't material things. They were in the confidence I built, the fulfillment I found, the friendships I nurtured, and the impact I had on others. Now I can support myself and treat my parents. But what truly matters isn't just having the means to do that, but it's the ability that I've developed to create opportunities and achieve even bigger things.
Damn, boy, he's sick, boy!
Lesson 9. You can't pour from an empty cup. That's why flight attendants say to put on your oxygen mask first. If you're exhausted, you can't be your best self. If you're struggling, you can't help others effectively. Prioritizing yourself isn't selfish. It makes you more valuable to those around you. Speaking of prioritizing yourself, sometimes that means being your own biggest cheerleader, giving yourself the encouragement you'd offer a friend. Practical ways I lift myself up is through inspiration journaling and reason-based affirmations. I actually created a podcast episode filled with reason-based affirmations, and I designed it for you as a subliminal boost to help you feel more empowered. So many of you already told me about how much you loved it, like you were feeling stressed before, but listening to this subliminal made you feel more positive and powerful, and that you have the power to change your reality. I'm so grateful for that, and if you have not listened to it yet, you can check it out through the link in my description. Lesson 10. You don't owe people anything. As long as it's not urgent, reply when you feel like it. Go to that party if you actually want to go. The only thing you owe is to yourself, to take care of your well-being and live on your terms. Lesson 11. The right person makes you weirder. I used to tone down my personality to make people like me. I'd hold back my goofiness, my passions, my quirks. But with Sean, my now fiance, I felt like I could be my full self from the start. No filtering, no overthinking. It almost felt too easy. In fact, my sister says I'm weirder now than before. Maybe I always was, but I just needed the right person to bring it out. Speaking of which, lesson 12. The right people make you love yourself even more. In high school, I constantly felt like I wasn't good enough. Looking back, a big part of that was who I surrounded myself with. Now, my friends and I lift each other up, not out of obligation, but because we genuinely admire each other. Your friends' support will make you love yourself even more. Not only that, but lesson 13, true friends want more for you, not more from you. As a chronic people pleaser, I used to stress over whether I was doing enough in friendships, constantly worrying if I was contributing enough or helping enough. Wow, that was a lot of enoughs. Even now, when I meet someone new, I feel this pressure to offer them something valuable, whether it's advice or a resource. But over time, I've built enough self-worth to recognize that real friendships shouldn't feel like a transaction. I no longer tolerate one-sided relationships, and the friends I have now give me a sense of ease. They don't expect anything from me. They're just genuinely happy when I succeed, and that's the kind of support that makes all the difference.
Insane.
Sensational.
So dumb. I've been reaching over here this whole time when I could just... I did not work smarter, not harder.
Lesson 14. Close friends aren't meant to be accumulated. Friendship depth isn't about time, it's about connection. Some childhood friends naturally drift apart as life paths change, and that's okay. On the flip side, I've recently met people who instantly clicked and became some of my closest friends. Since you have limited time and energy and you're evolving in life, it's normal to change who you're close with.
Let's just kiss and say goodbye.
Lesson 15. Those who care don't matter. Those who matter don't care. Be your authentic self. Post that video, join that club, ask that person out. People self-select. If someone doesn't like you for who you are, they were never meant to be in your life anyway. This is one of my favorite quotes that I actually saw in an Instagram reel. Never apologize for how deeply you feel or how passionately you love, because when your heart is gold and your intentions are pure, you don't lose people, they lose you.
And we are back, minus Ashan. I was coming upstairs anyway, stopping by the front desk, so I thought might as well pick up my packages. I think this is my possible reception dress, but I have to film now before the sun gets too low, so I'm gonna have to be patient and we'll open it and try it on together after.
Lesson 16. You can't change the world, but you can change your world. As an Enneagram Type 1, this is one of the hardest lessons I'm still learning. It's even tougher because I take be the change you want to see in the world very seriously. I feel a deep responsibility to stand up for what's right. But the hard truth is, some people don't want to change, and some people don't want to see the truth. What gives me hope, though, is focusing on the second part of the phrase in this lesson. There are plenty of things I wish I could change, but what I can control is bettering myself and supporting the people I love, and that's where my energy is best spent. Lesson 17. You can have your dream life right now. Even though I'm living what I consider my ideal life in New York, there are still bad days and plenty of stress. The job you love is also the job that stresses you out. The job you buy is also the house you have to maintain. But here's the key. Your dream life isn't about perfect circumstances. It's about the state of your mind. And that's something you can shift right now. How many study videos have you watched by now? You'll say a huge day.
Yay! I always feel so accomplished when I finish filming, yeah. Tell me why I always get nervous before filming, like no matter what. Tell me why it ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why. Oh. Nearly tripped. Oh my gosh.
Lesson 18. You have to learn your own lessons. No matter how many times I heard advice as a teenager, things like, just be yourself, I couldn't fully internalize it until I experienced it for myself. Actually, looking back, even the way I framed things earlier, saying mistakes held me back from getting here sooner, isn't entirely accurate. I truly believe everything happens for a reason, and those very mistakes ended up teaching me the lessons I needed to learn. In that sense, mistakes don't hold you back. They actually help you get to exactly where you're meant to be. And while it's helpful to hear lessons from a random person on the internet, the most powerful lessons are the ones that you gain yourself by trying, reflecting, and iterating. That's how mistakes become wins. Because no matter how much you try to avoid learning things the hard way, you will trip, you will stumble. But that's the fun of life. It's how you grow. Ultimately, these lessons are about finding your inner peace sooner, because that is your dream life. It's a journey, not a destination, and it takes daily effort to keep growing, nurturing your body, and strengthening your relationships. Do your best, and of course, balance is important. But think of work this way. Having goals and something to strive for isn't restrictive, it's freeing. That's why so many people dream of retiring, yet once they do, they often feel bored and unfulfilled, inevitably seeking something new to work on. After all, what's the fun in having nothing to do? Don't forget to claim your 1-month trial of Skillshare. The first 500 people to use my link or scan this QR code can get it for free. I'm so grateful to be able to share these lessons with you. I had a lot of fun making this video, so let me know what you thought of this style. What lessons have you learned? Share them below so we can all grow together. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you at the top.